We're diving into the fascinating world of emotions, relationships, and how Stoicism can help us understand them better. Have you ever felt like someone might be hiding their feelings for you, but you're just not sure? In this video, we're going to explore 10 subtle signs that someone could be keeping their emotions under wraps, and how Stoic philosophy can guide us in handling these situations with wisdom and calmness. Stick around to learn how to read between the lines and stay grounded. Number 1. Subtle body language. Love, as a complex emotion, is often conveyed through more than just words. Body language, especially subtle non-verbal cues, can reveal deeper emotions and connections between individuals. Understanding and interpreting these signals can lead to a more meaningful connection and better communication. Eye contact, intense versus soft. Gaze, prolonged intense eye contact, can indicate deep attraction or a need for connection. A soft, gentle gaze often shows tenderness, affection, and emotional warmth. Dilated pupils. Pupil dilation can be a subconscious sign of interest and attraction. When we look at someone we love, our pupils tend to enlarge. Touch. Light. Casual. Touch. A soft brush on the arm or a light hand on the back can signify comfort, affection, and closeness without being overt. Proximity and personal space. People in love tend to stand or sit closer to each other, seeking to minimize physical distance. Leaning in or sitting side by side shows intimacy and emotional connection. Posture and orientation. Open body posture. When someone is open to love and connection, they will typically have an open posture, uncrossed arms and legs, with their body oriented toward the other person. This shows receptiveness and attentiveness. Mirroring. Subconsciously mimicking the other person's movements or posture, mirroring, is a sign of rapport and synchronicity. This is often a subconscious display of harmony and bonding. Facial expressions, genuine smiles, Duchenne smiles. True affection is often shown through genuine smiles that reach the eyes. These smiles are more than just courteous. They reflect joy and contentment. Micro-expressions. Tiny, fleeting expressions can reveal a person's true feelings, even if they are trying to hide them. A quick raise of the eyebrows or a fleeting smile might signal love or admiration. Gestures. Small, intimate gestures. Adjusting the other person's clothing, gently brushing away something from their face, or offering a hand to guide them are often acts of care and love. Protective gestures. Placing a hand on someone's shoulder, holding them close, or subtly shielding them from a crowd can show a desire to protect and care for the person. Practical exercises. Observation of body language. Watch how a couple interacts when they're engaged in conversation. Notice their body orientation, eye contact, and gestures. How do they subtly show affection or love through their actions? Practice mirroring. In a conversation, try subtly mirroring the other person's movements and posture. How does this impact the connection between you? Does it make the interaction feel more in sync? Subtle body language in love plays a crucial role in communicating affection, attraction, and emotional connection. By paying attention to these non-verbal cues, we can gain deeper insights into the emotional dynamics of relationships and foster stronger, more meaningful connections with others. Number 2, acts of service. Acts of service is one of the 5 love languages identified by Dr. Gary Chapman in his book The 5 Love Languages: How to Express Heartfelt Commitment to Your Mate. The basic idea behind this concept is that some people feel most loved and appreciated when their partner, friend, or loved one performs acts of service for them. These are thoughtful gestures or actions that make life easier or more enjoyable for the other person. Action over words. For people who value this love language, Actions speak louder than words. It's not just about verbal affirmations or physical affection. It's about what you do to support and care for the person. Thoughtful gestures. These can include simple, everyday tasks like cooking a meal, running an errand, or helping with household chores. The focus is on easing the load of the other person, showing love through consideration. Intentions matter. The act of service should come from a place of genuine care and love, not obligation or duty. It's about willingly doing something because you know it will bring happiness or relief to the person. Consistency. Acts of service often carry weight when they are done consistently. A single grand gesture can be meaningful, but regular acts of kindness demonstrate ongoing commitment. Understanding preferences. Not all acts of service hold the same meaning for everyone. It's important to understand what specific actions your partner or loved one appreciates most. For example, one person may value help with daily tasks, while another may appreciate spontaneous acts like organizing something they've been meaning to get to. How acts of service demonstrates love. When someone performs acts of service, they're essentially saying, "I see you, I care about you, and I want to lighten your load." It requires attentiveness to the needs and desires of the other person. Whether it's something small, like bringing them a cup of coffee, or something more significant, like taking on a big responsibility to ease their stress, acts of service show love through dedication and care. Practicing acts of service in love. Be attentive. Pay attention to what your loved one finds stressful or time-consuming and look for ways to help. Be proactive. Don't wait to be asked. Offer to help or take action when you see a need. Do it cheerfully. An act of service loses its impact if done begrudgingly. Approach it with a loving heart. Balance. Acts of service should be mutual and done in the spirit of kindness, not manipulation or control. In relationships, acts of service can create a deeper sense of connection and mutual respect, allowing each person to feel supported and cared for in meaningful ways. Number 3, frequent, unplanned encounters. The concept of frequent, unplanned encounters as it relates to love focuses on the importance of spontaneous, unscheduled moments shared between people. These encounters foster deeper emotional connections by allowing individuals to experience each other in their authentic, everyday lives. Here's how this concept can be broken down into a lesson about love. The power of spontaneity. In love, planned moments like dates or special events are important, but frequent, unplanned encounters often hold deeper significance. These moments create opportunities for people to be vulnerable and authentic, which is key for building trust and intimacy. They allow for natural bonding, where individuals can see each other in a variety of moods and situations. Authenticity in daily life love is not just about grand gestures. It's often in the small, spontaneous moments where true affection and understanding grow. Frequent, unplanned encounters remove the pressure of performance and allow people to relax and be themselves, which strengthens emotional ties. These unscripted moments show how well two people fit into each other's lives naturally. Building emotional intimacy. Regular, unscheduled meetings create a sense of familiarity and comfort. Seeing someone regularly in unplanned circumstances leads to a more intuitive understanding of their needs, habits, and emotions. This can lead to deeper emotional intimacy as you witness each other's reactions to the unexpected or mundane aspects of life. The role of proximity. Frequent unplanned encounters are often a product of proximity, whether through living arrangements, work environments, or social circles. Proximity increases the likelihood of these chance interactions, contributing to the development of a close bond over time. Serendipity in love. Love thrives on a mix of intentionality and serendipity. Unplanned encounters are moments of serendipity where love grows in the most unexpected and natural ways. These moments can spark joy, humor, and a sense of belonging, reminding people that love doesn't always need to be cultivated through grand designs. It can grow organically. Love is often nurtured in the small, spontaneous moments. Frequent, unplanned encounters allow for authentic connection, deepening intimacy, and demonstrating how well two people's lives naturally intertwine. In love, it's important to recognize that these unscheduled moments can be as meaningful as any planned event, contributing to a sense of belonging and shared experience. Number 4. Thoughtful gestures. Thoughtful gestures are small, meaningful actions that show someone you care about their well-being and happiness. These actions go beyond grand declarations of love. They are rooted in daily habits and subtle acts of kindness. Thoughtful gestures convey love by focusing on what matters to the other person. Awareness of the other person's needs. Thoughtful gestures start with paying attention to the needs, desires, and preferences of the other person. For example, offering help when your partner is overwhelmed, listening when they want to share their thoughts or feelings. Consistency. It's not about the size of the gesture, but how regularly you demonstrate care. Small daily actions, like making their favorite coffee or leaving them a kind note, show ongoing love. Personalized actions. The best gestures are those that reflect the unique qualities of the person you love. This could include remembering important dates or milestones, giving a gift that aligns with their passions or interests. Non-verbal communication. Love isn't always spoken. Sometimes it's expressed through gestures such as a warm hug when they're feeling low, holding hands to show connection and support. Examples of thoughtful gestures in daily life. In romantic relationships, surprising your partner with something they love, e.g., their favorite meal after a long day. Even a simple text saying, "I'm thinking of you," can go a long way. In friendships, sending a message to check on them, especially during tough times, or offering to help with something they're struggling with. In family relationships, spending quality time, even when life gets busy, like calling your parents to ask about their day or helping siblings with their tasks. Why thoughtful gestures matter in love strengthens bonds. Thoughtful gestures foster emotional intimacy and trust. They show that you are paying attention to the needs and emotions of the other person, which strengthens the bond between you. Creates positive emotional cycles. When one person feels cared for, they are likely to reciprocate with their own thoughtful gestures, creating a cycle of kindness and love that benefits both people in the relationship. Makes everyday moments special. Love isn't just in the big events, it's also in the small, everyday gestures. Consistent thoughtfulness turns routine moments into opportunities to show love and appreciation. Activity. Reflect and apply. Reflection. Think of a person you love or care about. What are some thoughtful gestures they've shown you? How did those gestures make you feel? Application. Plan one thoughtful gesture for someone important in your life this week. It could be as simple as offering to help with a task or surprising them with something they enjoy. Love thrives on thoughtfulness. Small, considerate gestures show that you care enough to notice the little things, and these actions deepen the connection between you and your loved ones. The true power of love is not just in words, but in the thoughtful ways we show we care, day by day. Number 5. Controlled emotions. Love is a complex emotion that often combines affection, care, and deep connection with another person. Emotions are natural responses to experiences, but uncontrolled emotions can sometimes lead to conflicts, misunderstandings, and hurt. In love, emotions often intensify, making it crucial to manage them to maintain balance in the relationship. Discussion. Question: how do you think uncontrolled emotions affect relationships? The role of controlled emotions in love. Controlled emotions mean being aware of how you feel and choosing how to express those emotions. In love, people can experience a wide range of emotions: joy, jealousy, anger, excitement, fear of losing the person, etc. Without emotional control, these feelings can lead to impulsive actions, arguments, or unnecessary tension. Imagine a partner who becomes jealous easily and immediately accuses the other person of wrongdoing without clear evidence. This lack of control can damage trust. How would a controlled emotional response look in this situation? e.g., calmly asking questions, expressing concern without jumping to conclusions. Benefits of controlling emotions in love. Stronger communication. When emotions are controlled, communication remains clear and effective, avoiding emotional outbursts that cloud the message. Deeper trust. Emotional control builds trust in a relationship as both partners feel safer expressing themselves without fear of being hurt by impulsive reactions. Conflict resolution. Controlled emotions make it easier to resolve conflicts. When both people stay calm and rational, solutions become easier to find. Respect for boundaries. Emotional control allows partners to respect each other's emotional and mental space, preventing situations where one person feels overwhelmed. Strategies for controlling emotions in love. Self-awareness. Recognizing when you're feeling strong emotions like anger or jealousy is the first step in controlling them. Exercise. Practice mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing or taking a moment to reflect before responding. Perspective taking. Step into the shoes of your partner to better understand their point of view. Exercise. In a difficult moment, ask yourself, how would I feel if I were them? Pause. Before reacting, when emotions rise, pause to consider the most constructive response. Exercise. Count to 10 before responding during an argument. Communication. Express your emotions calmly and clearly. Use I feel statements instead of accusatory language, e.g., I feel hurt when, rather than you always. Common challenges and how to overcome them. Emotional triggers. Sometimes past experiences or insecurities make it difficult to control emotions. Solution. Identify your triggers and discuss them with your partner. Awareness can help prevent overreactions. Stress and external factors. External stress from work, family, or other areas of life can spill over into a relationship. Solution. Practice stress management techniques and be mindful of how external stress may affect your emotional responses in love. Practical activity. Controlled emotional. Role-play activity. Pair up students or participants. Each pair will role-play a common emotional scenario, e.g., jealousy, frustration, disappointment. One person will react impulsively, while the other will use controlled emotions. After each scenario, discuss the outcomes and how emotional control helped or could help. Love isn't just about the grand gestures or deep feelings. It's also about the care and respect you show in managing your emotions for the benefit of the relationship. Controlling emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It means understanding them, communicating them, and choosing thoughtful, loving actions. Closing discussion. How can you start practicing emotional control in your relationships? How do you think controlling emotions will affect the quality of your love life? Number 6. Engaging conversations. Love is not only a romantic feeling, but also a deep connection that manifests through kindness, empathy, and understanding in our interactions. Engaging conversations thrive when they are rooted in these principles. Key concepts: love as empathy. Empathy is central to love. In conversations, showing empathy means understanding and sharing the feelings of others. Application: when speaking to someone, listen with intent, acknowledge their emotions, and respond with compassion. Active listening. An act of love is to truly listen without interrupting or thinking of what to say next. Application: focus on what the other person is saying, asking open-ended questions and validating their thoughts. This shows you value their words. Patience and presence. Love fosters patience. In conversations, this means being fully present and not rushing or forcing dialogue. Application: be patient when someone expresses themselves, especially in difficult conversations. Avoid distractions like checking your phone or looking away. Vulnerability. Love creates a safe space for vulnerability. Engaging conversations are deeper when both parties feel comfortable sharing personal feelings or thoughts. Application: share your feelings openly and create an environment where others feel safe to do the same. Kindness and respect. Respect is a form of love that sustains meaningful conversations. Application: even in disagreements, maintain respect by refraining from criticism, harsh tones, or dismissiveness. Practical steps for fostering love in conversations. Start with a warm gesture. Warm smile, a greeting, or even a compliment can set a loving tone for the conversation. Ask thoughtful questions. Show interest in the other person by asking questions about their feelings, thoughts, and experiences. This can help deepen the emotional connection. Share meaningful stories. Personal stories allow others to see your heart and encourage them to share theirs, fostering mutual understanding. Avoid judgment. An engaging conversation flows when people feel free to express themselves without the fear of being judged. Practice acceptance, even when you don't fully agree. Give time and space. Sometimes silence in conversation is needed. Love means allowing the other person to think, reflect, and speak when they're ready. Activity. Engage in conversations. Exercise pair. Activity. Have participants pair up and engage in a 5 to 10 minute conversation. Focus on using empathetic listening, sharing something personal, and responding with kindness. Reflection. After the conversation, discuss how empathy and love enhanced the dialogue. Love, in the context of conversations, isn't just about romance. It's about fostering deep, meaningful connections by listening actively, showing empathy, being vulnerable, and respecting others. Engaging conversations are a form of love in action, where each participant feels seen, heard, and valued. Number 7. Protectiveness. Protectiveness is a form of care that arises naturally when we love someone. It is the desire to keep those we care about safe, both emotionally and physically. While protectiveness is a natural aspect of love, it is important to recognize the fine line between healthy protectiveness and overprotectiveness. Definition of protectiveness in love. Protectiveness refers to the instinct or desire to safeguard those we love from harm or distress. It includes concern for the well-being of loved ones and actions to ensure their safety, whether physical, emotional, or mental. Why protectiveness is a natural part of love. Biological and emotional basis. Love often triggers a natural instinct to protect. Parents feel this toward their children. Friends may feel it for one another, and partners experience it in relationships. Expression of care. When we protect someone, it reflects a deep level of care and concern for their welfare. Healthy protectiveness versus overprotectiveness. Healthy protectiveness allows the other person to grow and make their own decisions, supports and encourages independence while still being available when needed, comes from a place of care, trust, and respect for the autonomy of the loved one. Overprotectiveness can limit the freedom of the person being protected, stifling their growth or independence, may stem from fear, insecurity, or a lack of trust, can lead to control, where the protector makes decisions for the other person, often without considering their desires. Ways to practice: healthy protectiveness, listening and supporting, being there for loved ones by actively listening to their needs, offering guidance when asked, and providing emotional support. Respecting boundaries. While protectiveness is caring, it's crucial to respect the other person's boundaries and decisions. Protect them without overriding their autonomy. Encouraging growth. Love includes allowing the person to face challenges and learn from them, even if it involves a risk. Offering advice or help when requested, rather than always stepping in. Examples of healthy protectiveness: a parent guiding their child to make safe decisions while allowing them room to learn from their experiences. A friend intervening when another friend is being mistreated, but also trusting them to handle other situations on their own. A romantic partner ensuring their significant other is safe, but trusting them to navigate their own life and responsibilities. Protectiveness is a beautiful expression of love, but it must be balanced with respect for the other person's independence and personal growth. It's about being there for the ones we love, while trusting them to thrive on their own. Reflection. Exercise. Write about a time when you felt protective over someone. How did you express that protectiveness? Was it healthy? Or do you think it leaned toward being overprotective? Number 9. Jealousy or protectiveness. When teaching about jealousy or protectiveness in the context of love, it's important to differentiate between healthy protectiveness and destructive jealousy. Jealousy. Jealousy often stems from insecurity, fear of loss, or comparison. In relationships, it can arise when one partner feels threatened by external factors, such as attention from others. However, unchecked jealousy can lead to controlling behaviors, mistrust, and resentment. Root cause: insecurity and fear of abandonment. Harmful effects: jealousy can erode trust and breed toxicity if not addressed. Stoic perspective. Jealousy is an emotional reaction we can manage. By focusing on what's within our control, our actions, mindset, and accepting what we cannot control, others' actions, we can avoid jealousy's grip. Protectiveness. Healthy protectiveness can be an expression of care and love, ensuring the well-being of a partner. However, it should not cross into possessiveness or control. A balance is needed, where protectiveness respects the autonomy and individuality of the other person. Root cause: a desire to safeguard a loved one. Healthy versus unhealthy. Healthy protectiveness involves support and respect. Unhealthy protectiveness leads to possessiveness and limiting freedom. Stoic insight. Protectiveness should be rooted in reason, not in possessiveness or fear. Protect the well-being of others, but without attachment or ownership. Both concepts are rooted in emotion, but approaching them with a stoic mindset, focusing on self-control, rationality, and detachment, can foster healthier relationships. Number 10. Physical proximity and touch. In the context of love, physical proximity and touch hold significant emotional and psychological meaning. These elements are often essential in building intimacy and trust between individuals. Physical closeness, whether through shared space or touch, can create a sense of security and connection. It's often through gestures like holding hands, hugs, or even just being near someone that emotions are communicated without words. Touch, in particular, can serve as a powerful way to express affection, comfort, and even reassurance. Scientific studies suggest that touch can trigger the release of oxytocin, sometimes called the love hormone, which fosters bonding and reduces stress. However, it's important to note that the importance of physical proximity and touch can vary from person to person, influenced by individual comfort levels, cultural norms, and personal boundaries. Respecting these boundaries is key to ensuring that physical closeness enhances love, rather than detracting from it. In essence, while physical proximity and touch can be powerful expressions of love, they should always align with mutual comfort and consent. In the end, recognizing when someone is hiding their feelings requires both self-awareness and emotional clarity. While Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, our reactions and perceptions, it also teaches us to approach relationships with patience and understanding. Rather than overanalyzing or becoming entangled in uncertainty, let's practice acceptance and allow things to unfold naturally. After all, emotions are complex, but how we respond to them is entirely within our power. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay grounded, stay stoic,